Hello everyone, welcome back to Ballyspring. It is a fresh September's morning. We have been busy in the fields over the last few days, off camera. But all the fields that we've mowed, we have now windrowed and they are ready to pick up. We want to make sure we get this bunker full as possible with silage before the winter comes. Because we are running low on supplies, which reminds me, the cows are hungry. They're going to need a top up, so we need to feed the cows here. We also need to feed the heifers on the other farm, so we've got a couple of loads that we need to load up into the feed mixer at the moment. We already have a load in there, which we've already done, so we'll get that into the cows in here. We'll probably do a double load in here, and then one down for the heifers as well. But what we'll do, we'll get fired up, we'll get the cows fed, and then we'll talk a little bit about what they need from a feed perspective. We are using TMR, so it's a little bit of a mixture. We need, we're going to use silage bales at the moment. The leftovers of what we got there, but obviously going forward we'll just pull it out of the clamp. But we do have a slight shortage of hay and straw now. Harvest time has been already, so we're not even going to get any straw in the too distant future, but hay we can manage. So what we need to do is just get this into a place where the trigger kicks in, which is about here. Now, this is the realistic running Keenan from 4D modding, so it does take quite a long time to unload. But I quite like that because it is a little bit more authentic to real life. But once this is undone, and the cows are chomping away on it, we will fill it back up, we'll go over to the heifers, we'll give them a feed as well. Now, if I jump into the animals menu here, you can see we're on 14, so it's ticking up now. So it will take, you know, easily 4 loads in here for the cows that are in here. But what we'll do is we'll probably give them another load because there's quite a few of them here. And then down here, our heifers and our calves, they need a little bit more as well, but not as much. So we'll get them filled up as well. But there we go. Cows have arrived. They're getting hungry. But if I just turn my HUD on for a second, look. Only unloaded 40%, so we'll be here for a little bit. So we'll let this run till it's empty, and then we'll go and fill it up again. Right, there we go. There's our last couple of percent. We are done. So now what I'm going to do, just because of where the bales are, I'm just going to park here, I think. Gives us access to all the bales pretty easily. We can get the tractor straight out then. Now I'm going to fold this up, which is basically there to stop bales falling out of the other side when we load them in. As you'll see, they take a while to chop down as well. So we'll just turn the tractor off for now. We'll go and get the telehandler, and we'll start loading things up. Now, the mix is roughly 3 silage bales, about 1.5 hay bales, and then 1 straw bale for a bit of bulking. So let's go and get the silage bales first, because they're the important ones. They're the nutrients. But you've got to get your mix just nicely balanced. So I'm going to load these up one at a time. No, I'm not using the grab that we use in the field here, because I don't want to take too many at once. I'm just going to do this one at a time here. We should be able to drop. What I'll probably do is drop a couple of these in, and drop a hay bale in or something as well, just to make sure. There's the first one. Be able to reverse back and leave that in there. Oh, it looks like it's just sitting there, but it is actually chopping it very slowly. Let's grab another one. There we go. I'm out of practice with my loader. In fact, I might need to turn the tractor on. Let's put a couple in for starters, actually, and then we'll come back after we've got some hay and some straw and just load up the last of it with some silage. But I do think I need to have this on to start mixing. The PTO needs to be running. There we go. Yep. It's unloading now. You can see it ticking up in the bottom corner. I think if I actually turn this on, if I hit B, it does go a bit quicker. There we go. So while that's doing that, let's go and grab some hay and some straw. Navigating the shed here. Now this bale here, I know, is about half a bale. Well, there you go, just less than half a bale. There you go, 1,700 litres. So that's probably going to be perfect. I used half of this in the last load, so let's just try and squeeze this out of here. Watch where I'm going. There we go, our first silage bale has been chopped and is in now. We'll just get this one in too. There we go, hay in. We'll go and get another one of those and we'll go and get some straw. As you can see, if we're doing this on a daily basis, this isn't going to last very long at all. So, as soon as we've got all of this grass in from the fields, we'll probably be waiting for the next cut to do some hay. And I think we're going to have to buy in our straw. Now, of course, buying straw is not ideal, but as it's the thing we use the least amount of, we may get through the winter on our straw. And there we go. And like I said, we'll jump back in and we'll just check the mix after this. Now, I did consider putting maize plus on this, but actually these cows are eating a fair bit anyway. I do know this new version of the map has the grazing mod on it as well, which I haven't got installed yet, but that would be a sensible thing to do as well, because that'll give them a bit of grass in the field to eat. So, there we go. They'll still mix and go in there. Just jump out, and jump in the tractor and check where we're at with things. So there we go. We are bang where we want to be with hay and silage, and we've just ticked into the green with our straw as well, and there's quite a bit more to go with that. But we're about 65% full as well. 66% full. So we should be able to squeeze that third silage bale in. So what we'll do, while it's doing that, let's grab that third silage bale. And then we're playing the waiting game again while it mixes. There we go. Our final silage bale. Right. Let's put this back where we found it. In fact, let's just park it in here for ease. Oh, that bump in the yard there. That'll do just here for now. Hopefully, that thing's nearly finished mixing. We can obviously drive it down the road while it's mixing as well. So that's good. As long as the bale doesn't fall out. So there we go, 95%. It's pretty close, isn't it? What we'll do, we will run this down now. No, we could top up to 100, we could start playing around with a little bit more hay, but actually this will be fine. But it does show, I think, we need to look at our TMR mixer in the future. That would speed things up considerably if it was already mixed. And we could just top it up every morning when we arrive rather than using bales. So that's a consideration for the future as well. There it is, sitting waiting to be used. So we'll definitely consider that going forward, but let's get these heifers fed. And in fact, I was going to do a second load in the cows, but we'll maybe do that at the end of the day. We've got enough to keep them going now, so we've got other things more important to be getting on with. Tight yard this, but it all works well. Right, the old 3-point turn there to get things lined up, and we'll top these guys up, and that should be them happy for the rest of the day. There we go. Now you can talk among yourselves for a bit, because we're going to be here just a little while. Right, I've actually made an executive decision. I'm going to leave that tractor running. One of the guys says he'll shut it off when it's done, because it's going to be another good few minutes. And we are going to get organised with the crew to start picking up the rest of this grass that we've left on the fields. Now, we've got a new chopper today. The O'Malley boys are using the older one for a contract, so we have got their brand new one that we didn't have last week. It's not here though, I wonder where it is. I think they may have already headed to the fields based on the fact there's no trailers and tractors here. So we'll head back to the yard and hopefully we'll meet them there. And sure enough, I could hear the rumble of the engine. So, first couple of fields are straight ahead of us, down here. Now, I do have an Autodrive course set up. I'm intrigued to see if it's going to be worth using it. It's super tight down there. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to drive the chopper though today. But I'm going to give this a go and see how we get on. Could it be being a little bit optimistic, because this is super tight. We had that big field last time which worked well. This could be a whole different ball game. Well, let's give it a go and see what happens. I'm just going to run down here. Now, this is field 73, so if I pull up this field 73 weight and turn things on, let's see what happens. Like I said, not optimistic in this tight field, but we'll give it a go. Right, here we are in the 930. Definitely a bit bigger than the old one, but also a little bit quicker. Longer pipe as well, so we maybe won't have some of the issues we had on the turns last time. We shall find out very quickly. For now, what we'll do, we'll get it into place, make sure it's on the same course as the tractors, and we'll take it from there. Yep, pipe open, spin up, lower it down. I'll find the trailer anyway. Make sure we change this to the appropriate one, which is 73 weight. And I think that's us already. Yep, well that's a good start. Obviously the corners are always a bit of a pain. Hoping this is where the longer pipe will come into play. We'll just nudge him around the corner slightly. But hopefully he'll follow us again. Once we get sorted on these headlands, we should be able to run pretty slick. Well, this is a good start. Let's run this. We're just going to have to be... I'm actually going to cut some of these corners. Or maybe pick it up at the end. We just shallow off this turn quite a lot, so if I start turning now, the tractor should start turning with me. There we go. That was much nicer than doing a really tight turn in the corner, and he's still following us. Nice. So we can maybe whip round and grab some of these other ones at the end. No collisions on that gate, thankfully. Right, we're just going to push on now, see how we get on with this. Hopefully the handoffs with the trailers work. We'll have to stop at some point and make sure that they're tipping into the silo okay, but for now this is looking very good. I actually changed direction there and he's worked out what to do. And the only challenge is now, will he go inside of me? We picked up the other trailer as we go past it, but he shouldn't trigger him until... yeah, so that's good. Seems to have worked again, just be a little bit shallower on that corner. Okay, that's not bad. I'll take that. Right, he must be reaching his fill limit almost. So, hopefully we can get to the end here. Again, I'll take a shallow turn just here. Avoid having a collision with him. But like I said, he must be at the virtually at a trailer full here. So we want to see if the other trailer is going to start following. He's not doing anything yet. Thought he might have done by now. We're on the up and down rows after this, so Yeah, see, he's full. Let's see if he works it out. We've done with our other trailer starting though. Oh, he is! There we go. Just needed a little bit of gentle encouragement from me now. They're going to crash into each other, or is collision... There we go. Well, so far, so good. I like that. Interestingly, he's gone to this side, so this might give us the opportunity to pick up some of those straggly edges. Oh no, he's decided to come back inside now. Oh, let's just try and work out where to go. Slow up a bit. Right, there we go. So actually, look now, I can pick up this bit that he was covering up before. Now he's waiting. What's he waiting for? There he is. He's still working out a route. Now I do have follow me installed as well, because I did think I needed a fail-safe. If this might not work how I wanted it to, I would give this a go. Right, so he's rolled back on there. That's good. Now we do have follow me installed as well. I thought, just in case this doesn't go to plan. I'm looking over there and I can't see a trailer. Yes, I can. Look at him tipping. He's tipping, so that's working too. I shouldn't sound so surprised, should I? But on these tight fields and in these tight yards, it's definitely an extra level of challenge, which I am enjoying, I've got to say. So, let's go. Right, we'll throw it into a little bit of a time lapse here and see how we get on. Right, we're nearly done here, and we're rather pleased with it actually. One of the things I've noticed is you can lose, the trailer kind of loses the chopper if you go too far away, if you turn too tightly. So actually I've been managing to, if you really slow down your turns, you can actually get them to pick back up and follow with you. Now he's trying to get behind me, he's trying to always go on my left side here. There's a couple of settings I think I might need to maybe double or triple check before the next field. I think they're always trying to go on my right hand side here, which is causing a few things. What I'd like to do is kind of let them choose which side they want to go on. Now he's just embarrassed me here by going down the left, typically. Oh well. Alright, anyway, look, we've got him running with us now. We can pick up these little bits that we've missed down in the bottom corner. Now if I time this, oh dear, why is he not doing that? He worked perfectly last time, he's not done it this time. They say this is a big ask for Autodrive on these narrow lanes. There's so many things it can bump into, and actually it's run pretty well. That's 3 trailer loads that have been unloaded and dumped back at the field with no hassle, but I don't know what happened that time. And we've pretty much cleared the field very neatly as well. There's not much left in here. We'll try and grab this corner now, which could be a bit of a challenge, but we'll give it a go. It gives me opportunity to demo, so I've been skipping rows as well to avoid really tight turns, because I think that's what I was getting stuck on or struggling on before. So now, look, if I ease off my speed down to like 2 or 3 miles an hour just for the turn, it's just giving Autodrive that little bit longer to work out what it wants to do. Now I'm going to grab this inside bit here first. There we go. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do that other bit. Unless we go round in a circle again. There is some stuff down the bottom here that we can try getting as well. We'll do that. We're not going to need that other trailer to come back anyway, so that's actually perfect. We just thought we'd come and see what the other tractor is doing. Looks like he's done a perfect job. And now, the reason he's not been able to get back, I'll be able to tell you this, is because I think the bunker now is too far forward. Oh, let me just turn this on. Yeah, he's not been able to reverse back to his silage bunker tip point. So if I bring this in a bit, we might need to do a little bit of jiggery pokery here to make this work. Certainly not with that like that though. We might need to move some of these in. Yeah, this is not going to be that easy. Move him forward. That might help us. One of the problems, you have to move your markers forward as the bunker gets more and more full, or it can't hit its trigger at the back there to reverse. In fact, it still might be too far. It's safe to say it's a long way back that now. That might work though. But like I said, we don't need it in the next field, but that might help us. Or maybe get the leveler in here as well. Because we've got another field next door, which we'll go and get now. Right, let's head up and see if we can get this piece in the top corner. There's the next field. Even smaller and tighter than this one, so this could be fun. Like I said, shallow turns here will allow the tractor to stay with us and not get confused. And then we've just got to grab this corner piece. So slowing down to 1 mile an hour or 2 miles an hour, you can see, helps the tractor turn ahead of us and avoid that collision issue that we had at the start. And there we go. That is a pretty empty field, even if I do say so myself. So we'll roll on into the next field now. And we'll reset the start point. He may follow us actually. This could be interesting. Well, he did follow us, so we're going to switch that to field 74 wait, which is in here. We just need to roll forward a little bit. Get out of his way, but then he should trigger. Let's find out, shall we? If I drop this down. If he can get through that mud, that is. Here he comes. Heading to his waypoint. Now the waypoint here I did do a little bit differently, so let's see if it works. I should probably change that to field 74 wait, shouldn't I? And that should trigger our tractor. Yes, it does. There we go. Right, let's go again. Again, we'll put this on a time lapse. Right, so, here's the problem I'm having. It's almost like they get too far away and then they can't find the combine. I think there might be a setting in Autodrive that can help us with this, but it must be on the tractors. I don't know what it is, but we were actually doing pretty well there. I was rather chuffed with how that was going. There's got to be something that will help us work things out a little bit better. So we'll have a look through these. We'll see if we can find something. Again, if I don't solve it, I'm sure you guys will tell me in the comments during the week. So I'll look forward to that. But for now, I'll see if I can sort it out. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so interestingly, I had it on a standard course, and I've switched it to the combine course, and it's come straight back. So I wonder if not having it on the combine course was one of the issues. I don't know. I'd welcome some of the comments in the chat. But just interestingly, I switched to the combine course here. It didn't change to anything else. It seems to have very quickly made an effort to come and find me, which it wasn't doing before. Now, this will be a good test for it, because it gets lost on those turns, but I can hear it moving again. Yeah. I wonder if that was it. Seems to be a lot more attentive now, anyway. Right, well, let's push on and see if that has solved it. Well, that didn't last long. We are back to our issue that we had before. It's not picking up the trailers if we go too far from them. Now let's see if anything happens here. Let's see what's happening in the tractor actually. What's the message in the tractor that we're getting? Waiting for call. Interesting. Well, I'm here and I'm calling. Oh, there we go. It's kicked in now. There's something to do with the triggers. It's almost working well. Something is just not quite. It's not hearing the trigger from the chopper or something. It's so frustrating because it's so close to being really, really helpful. I mean, don't get me wrong. It still feels quicker than leaving the chopper sitting in the field doing nothing while I'm going and loading every trailer, but just some of the frustrating gaps are just not making it run as well as I would like. But in principle, it's doing better than I probably expected it would on these super tight small fields. So now, look, once you get running like this, it's absolutely perfect. Even the second trailer decided he wants a look in now. Actually noticed it's on the outside turn. If it misses on the outside turn, so watch this, let's see if we can. I don't actually want to. But once it gets too far behind, there's enough space here, it probably will get away with it. Yeah, we have. And some of those tighter turns. Yeah, there. So there. Now it will reverse. It's almost like it's lost the combine. Yeah, see? There he goes, he's off now, and I don't think he'll come back. He'll sit and wait, and we might get the other guy rocking up. It's almost like the trailers have swapped. Oh no, he has. He has reset himself. See, there's no rhyme or reason to this. As long as they keep moving, I don't care. I don't care what they do. There we go. This should work out quite nicely, actually. We'll run down to the bottom. It's a little bit longer running with no grass, but means we can get these nice shallow turns in, which means it seems to behave a little bit better with Autodrive. I don't know what you guys are like though. I just love the challenge. This is the challenge. I mean, Autodrive's incredibly clever. Courseplay is incredibly clever, but you've got to get it. There's a sweet spot for it, and if you can nail it, you are in. You know. It's nirvana. Farming nirvana. So stuff like this, on little tight fields like this, I'm delighted that it's running as well as it is. This I don't think will empty into the bunker either, because again, we think we've kind of moved our tip point too far back, because we're not pushing the stuff up with the with the blade either, so we might have to stop and do that. It would be great if we get the whole field off though. Our second trailer's just following us around as well now, so maybe I've triggered something here. So I've just jumped into a chat here to show you what else I changed, and it was, if I can remember the setting here, the pathfinder factor. I bumped it up from 0.5 to 1, and I wonder if that's made a difference as well. We'll find out probably in the next field. I do seem to be more attentive now. Right, that trailer is full. Now, is the other one going to come along now? That is the million-dollar question. In fact, what we'll do, we'll ride with trailer 1 down to the yard, because I think we will have to stop and put the rake on that. So let's do that. Right, here we go. I'm not driving this at the moment. This is Autodrive. So let's see if he can navigate this yard. I think he'll tip, but I don't think he'll be able to reverse up and get into his trigger to go back to the field. Not that we need him to, but it's just for my my comfort that when we set this up for the next couple of fields, that the triggers are far enough forward that the trailers will tip and come back to the field without any intervention from me. So let's see what happens here. I may actually use the fent rather than unhooking this tractor. Okay, this looks good. There are 2 tip triggers in here now, one on the left and one on the right, and we're using the one on the left as you're looking at it now, and we use the one on the right for the last episode. So actually what I could do is switch this trigger as well over to the other side. But also, I think getting a bit of a blade and some levelling in there wouldn't go amiss either before we go too much further, because he's going to have to cover up that tip point. Yeah, he's going to roll forward now and empty out a bit at a time. There we go. I genuinely don't think he's going to be, in fact I could turn on the course and I don't think he's going to be able to get and hit that silage bunker 2 tip trigger, but we'll see. He might just do it. How complex it's got in this yard with the courses now as well. Oh, he has. It has worked. Excellent. Well, I'm actually going to stop him because we don't need him to go back to the field. But that is pretty pleasing. What I might do is just roll him over here for now. I'll just tuck him into the shed slightly here. Turn the engine off and we'll get the fent out and we're going to do some levelling. Right, we've got the blade on. Sadly, this tractor isn't the one with the reversible driving, so we're going to have to just go old school. Now, the first couple of ones, we'll leave the blade up because we're going to have to push this quite far back. Right, there we go, that'll do for now. Let's just check. Compaction is only 28%. But actually what we've got is a base to reverse into, which is quite good. That'll work quite well. There is a lot more to do here, but we shall push on and get it done. Now, we'll get that field finished there. I'm sure you don't want an entire episode of me battling with courseplay either, so what we do is I will probably continue to do some of that offline, get those final few fields done, but what we do want to do is some of these fields need a bit of fertiliser so that we can get a better yield out of them next time. Now, I have got 67,000 litres of slurry here, I've also got a couple of fields that we have. Let me just show you on the mini-map here. Finished for the year. One of them is 136 there. I'm kind of hoping 30,000 litres will go onto there. If not, we might have to wait a bit longer. But we'll start with this field here. We're going to get the pumps and the hoses stuff out, because we've not used that for a good while, and we've certainly not used it on Ballyspring. So I'm quite excited about that. So we're going to go and get the tanker. We're going to get it loaded up with what we've got in terms of slurry here. It's a 20,000 litre tanker, I think. So we'll probably get just under 2 loads out of this. And then we'll go and inject some slurry on the fields. So that could be good fun. Right, here we are in the contractor's yard again. There is our tanker. There is our injector. Now this is a cultivar. This is not a direct injection, so this will actually turn the field. If we were going to use this in the grass field, we would use a direct injector. This has got, I think, a cultivator on it as well, so this will turn the soil under a little bit. So no use for the grass fields, that one. We'll have to use one of the other setups for that. But for this one field, I think we should just give it a go, shall we? Right, there we go. Filling up with water first. This will take a little bit of time. And then we'll nip round the other side, and we shall grab some slurry. So actually, I think with this capacity of 20,000 litres or whatever it is, close to 25,000 litres. Actually only half of that will be slurry. Recommends using water as well. So let's see how we get on. We'll come back when this is full. Right, there we go, 9,000 litres of water in the tank. Now we just need to go and get some slurry in it too. What we'll do, I think, we'll fill up here, and then we'll just drive straight out of that top gate in the field that we've just cut. Right, let's see how we get on here. There we go. Only 3,200 litres of slurry. Interesting. So, I take it back. This is not a 20,000 litre tank at all. Right, 12,000. But we'll run this up to the top, into that field, and we'll see how we get on. Oh, once again, we nearly get ourselves into trouble. We still might be in trouble here. No, we're alright. As long as you don't get both sets of wheels in, you're alright, he says, as he's completely stuck. Come on. This doesn't bode well for when it rains, right? Jeez, oh. Oh, we only just got through there as well. Right, let's get ourselves into position now. I can't remember which side the hose goes on, so I'm going to leave it in that place, like that, and hopefully you can access both sides then. I want to say it's that side. Logically, it suggests it's that side, but we've also got connectors on this side too. So we'll see how we get on. Right, let's go and get the other tractor. Right, there is a kilometre of hose on the front here, so I don't think we need that second bit of hose. But what we're going to do, we're going to go out of here, I think, and see, because it's quite long, we've got obviously the thing on the front as well. I want to make sure that we don't get stuck anywhere. And we should be alright. This is a lot lighter than the other tank. But there is still quite a lot of mud on these tracks. But looking good. That's a slightly easier turn to get out of. Yep. Right. We are looking good. Right. We'll see you in the field. Right, here we are. My only fear now is if we only do like one pass and it's empty, we're going to have to go up and down refilling this tank all day. But you know what? We'll give it a go, shall we? Now, I think it's the other side. I genuinely do. So what we'll do, we'll go this side, we'll unload it, and we'll see how we get on. Basically I want to go up there, and back and a bit more, don't I? See how we get on with it. There we go. Please move for unwinding. Now you can't connect, if I remember correctly, you can't connect until the hose is fully off the reel as well. Actually, we might go away with just one of these hoses. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Still got to get over to the other side of the field as well, but I think we might be able to do that. Running on 800 metres, so we've only unrolled 200 metres already, so actually that second roll on here we're not going to need either. We're going to have plenty. There we go. 580 still, crikey. Could have done with a shorter hose than this. Three, two, one. There we go. Done it. Now all we need to do, I mean, we need the hose. Ideally we need the hose off the field for that first section, but I think we might just have to deal with it. Right, let's unfold the ejector. Now it should, I think it automatically finds it. Yes, it does. So a left shift Q, there we go. We are connected. Now all we need to do is hook up the other side. Got me spanner. Drop it there. Jumping me tractor this. There we go. Left shift Q. That's connected as well. Turn this on. There we go. We are pumping. We're pumping. It's under pressure now. We can leave that like that. And let's go and see what's happening up here. Like I said, this first pass, I think I'm going to have to run over the hose slightly. But after that, we'll be good on the up and downs. We'll get the GPS out as well, so make sure we're getting some nice straight lines. Well, I'm looking forward to this. I haven't used this much over the last few months, so this could be quite good fun. Right, so I should just drop this down. And that is, is that applying? Can't tell if it is or not yet. Let me just... I was just trying to catch the light slightly, but it is applying. It definitely is. So, what we'll do... I'm not seeing any difference on the minimap. I'm kind of hoping this will class as a it's one layer of fertilizer. We shall see. Humour meat for running over the hoses. I should have laid them much better down this first part of the field. So for these first two passes here, I am going to make a mess. But after that, hopefully, we should be good. In fact, if I set on my GPS now, get some nice straight rows going, then we can forget about these horrible crossover pipes. Well, it's turned into one of those episodes. I had an issue. I was wondering why it wasn't showing up in the minimap. I wasn't getting any readings when I was applying nitrogen. And the reason was I had an old version of precision farming installed, and now I've put the right one in. I don't need to do it in this field. The two here, which we still have grass in, I do need to do it in, and 73 I need to do it in down here. But yeah, that's frustrating. But what we do have, I didn't realise, is we have the dresser applicator rather than the cultivator applicator. So we can put it in the grass field, so that is what I'm going to do next, I think. So we're going to load everything up and we're going to drop it into the other field just over there. And yeah, so we'll see you there. Oh boy. Right, here we are, new field. I did go and grab a slightly shorter hose as well. I've got a 200 metre hose here, which I will run along this edge as tightly as I can. And then, hopefully, we will be able to not have as much hose dragging around on the floor as we apply the slurry. But now you can see in the bottom corner here we've got a yellow field rather than a green field, which says to me we should be alright. I'm not feeling confident now that this is going to be long enough at 200 metres as well. Yeah, we've only got 85 left. Will this go right across the field and back? I'm not confident it will. 150. What do we reckon? Oh well, maybe if we get a little bit further across the field we might have to add a little bit more to it. But it'll do for now. 500 was too much though. Right, let's go and get the tanker. I'm going to park it down in that longer grass in the bottom corner there, out of the way, and then we'll get everything hooked up. Like I said, if you hit it at angles, you can get away with it. There we go. Just avoid the mud. It's a nice little feature though. I do like it. One of the excellent upgrades to this map. Obviously now in testing for console as well, so hopefully in the not too distant future you console guys get to play on this as well, and I think it's going to be a very, very popular map. Right, here we go. Get this tucked into the corner out of the way if we can. Like so. Tractor as well. That'll do. Now I need to grab my spanner here, pick this up, drag it over, drop it in the appropriate place. Now I should be able to connect this, yes. Left shift Q, there we go, looking good. Right, let's head up to the other tractor, see what we can do. It was telling me the nitrogen's perfect in this as well now. Doesn't say that on the map though. Right, here we are. Back in place. See, we're yellow on the map, so we can give it some extra. Even if it doesn't need it. We've got this far. We're going to try and give it some extra. Switch to the back there. Left shift Q. We're connected. Let's just get into the corner here. I know we're running over the hose. Don't shout at me for that. Let's close this gate, shall we? That looks more promising. And it looks like we're applying, but not showing up because... Let's turn off application rate. Let's see what happens now. Guess what? It's optimal for grass on silty clay already. So, I am wasting my time. We don't need any nitrogen anywhere on the farm. Guess we'll have to get some different crops in here to get some of these nutrients out of the ground. Oh well, we tried, and do you know what? I think we'll call it there. Everything that's gone wrong could have gone wrong in the last little bit. Do you know what though? I am sitting here with a big grin on my face because this has been a whole heap of fun. We're going to revisit this, no question. We got these two fields off pretty well with Autodrive and Courseplay, which I was pretty impressed with. A few glitches at the end, but we actually managed it Let's just turn this off, save some diesel. Yeah, we managed these pretty well, I thought. There's a couple, as you've seen there, where we were in the other field. You can see the other grass fields in the background. We've got to get those up as well. There's a tiny little bit left in that field as well. The bunker's looking good, though. The cows are well fed. This has been, like I said, a whole heap of fun. Frustrating at times, but I don't know why. I've actually enjoyed the problem-solving side of it. So, on that note, from a very haphazard Valley Springs, thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying it. And I will see you all again for another episode very, very soon. Take care. Bye for now.